Hello to my divine. Thanks for being here. Just seeing my titties there. Okay, trying to not have my titties all over the frame, but you know, it's life. How you doing? How you doing, divine? How you been? How you feeling today? I'm gonna gas you up, okay? I want to gas you up. For whatever reason. I want to feed into you. Fill you up. Make you feel good. I have some Pringles. So good. Miss Hawaii, she always be eating on her videos, and I'm always like, yeah, this is my video. I can eat what I want. Okay. She's like my inspiration, obviously. I talk about her a lot. But, all right, so I'm going to gas you up. All right, we got 3 piles, and I'm excited to just get into it, okay? There's all my sage and shit like that. Put that out of the way. All right, so go ahead and take a look. I had some Taco Bell yesterday. It was so good. I was on live on my other channel. Check me out, Cree's Cravings. Go ahead and subscribe if you like it here. You know, we growing, we changing, things are happening. So yeah, tap in. I got a lot going on, so I love it. Yeah, so go ahead and, you know, pick your pile, 3 piles. We got the purple lighter. We have the popsicle, and we have the dolphin, I guess. So go ahead and pick your pile, and we're gonna start with pile number 1, okay? Yeah, it's good to pray and just breathe. And we're gonna get into it. I'm excited. Here we go. Pile number 1. Let's gas you up, my divine. Okay, let's see. Okay, breathe in the, I saw this one before. Breathe in the good shit, breathe out the bullshit. Yeah. So you coming into your positivity era, okay? Grief. Yeah, you letting go. Discipline. You disciplined. I'm gonna read these actually, okay? So the first one, it says grief. I understand, so that might be a thing that you might be, because maybe you're dealing with grief, you're kind of like, it feels that there's also an energy of like a little anxious, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to get through things. So, okay, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Yo, that's so real. Okay? So yeah, you're going through some grief, and maybe you're dealing with some loss, okay? And, but you recognize this about yourself, okay? And now you're moving into discipline, okay? I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Discipline. Beautiful. Okay? Yeah, it feels like you're very goal oriented, okay? You have a new perspective. You know, you're letting go of things that are working. You're very like, it feels like you're grounded, okay? You're a grounded individual, and we love that, okay? Let's see, let's pull the tarot. Judgment, okay? So you'll take some things by the chin. I feel like you're a person who you take a responsibility, okay? And there we go. Again, that's the energy of like moving away from things that are not working out, okay? Like it feels like you about to make a trip. Okay, you about to make a trip because there's something in this environment that has been very uncomfortable. You know, I mean, there's been a lot of loss. You know, things haven't been working out very well, and you know, you've got some karma. You're taken as a champ. You know what I'm saying? That's who you are, and so you recognize the need to move away. You know what I mean? Let things from the past die out. Okay, and that is very wise and healthy. Okay, and like in the middle here we have, you know, you're a person who, it feels like you're coming out of this space where you were stagnant in your own energy. You know, you were not really feeling creative. You know, you probably have been celibate for a long time. Okay, and maybe because you were celibate, or what you weren't getting the love that you deserved, like you acted out. You know what I'm saying? You were dealing with karma. You had to deal with a lot of things. Okay, things are coming to the surface. Okay, and it feels like as a person, you know, you haven't always gotten a lot of grace. Okay, I feel like other people have a lot of grace. People don't have grace for you, and that's part of the grief. I think that's a big part of the grief. And so now it's like, okay, like let me tap into who I actually am and what I'm trying to do. And it might be time to, like, yeah, just like get away get away and be like ghost. It's giving that feeling of, because there's like these spirits coming to the surface, like there's an energy of like, there's an energy of like going ghost on everybody a little bit, and you can do this, and it's actually going to be a healthy thing for you. It feels like you are a very loving person, but you've been through so much, and now it's time to feed yourself. As soon as you get away, wherever you're going to get to, and this, you might get out of the country, you know, there's some water here, you might go on a cruise. It might just be going on a cruise. You might move out of the country for a while. You know what I'm saying? You might have like a big change because you need it inside. You know, you need to be in a different environment. Okay. Yeah, it feels like the environment that you've been in has not been very healthy or loving towards you. Okay, and some of this feels like you're punishing yourself a little bit, and now it's like, you know what? I don't deserve to be treated like that. You know what I'm saying? I can go on to a different space. I can go to another place. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to deal with this. You know? Yeah. Like, yeah, it's time to like let go, you know, and just like I'm just feeling like I'm giving you advice, and you might be a coach. You know what I'm saying? It feels like you are a coach. You have a lot to give. You're so loving and giving, but I feel like it gets stifled. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the environment that you're in, you know, people, you know, the loss that you've dealt with, as far as like the way people are treating you and stuff like that. But you are a really powerful person. I mean, this Judgment, I feel like you make karma for other people as well, and people don't like that. Okay, I feel like you are a mirror a lot of times. Okay, for people, and yeah, okay, and you probably give people really great advice. Okay, yeah, it feels like you know how to let go. You know how to let go, and you work through your grief. Sometimes people don't even know that they're in grief, you know, and they're just holding on and they're struggling, and it's like, no, I can let this go. I know how to let this go. I know how to move on. And now I want to get my happy karma, my positive karma. Okay, this is beautiful. Okay, and I feel like as soon as you do take this trip, you go wherever you're gonna go, things are gonna open up in a totally different way. And I feel like you've already experienced that, but again, you tend to punish yourself, and you know, like it's like, love yourself. You're so loving to everyone else. I feel that off of you. And Spirit is just like, love yourself. You know, you're the one, you know, and whatever you really want, you can have it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's just a lot of guilt, you know. Let's go ahead and get the moon messages here for pile 1. Or not love, but I'm sorry. Maybe you're a loving person. Maybe love is when you go to where you. This has 2 people, so you actually might be going somewhere with someone. You know, taking a trip with someone because you know that's where you're able to have the love that you want. Okay, yeah. There's the energy of that. Yeah. Somebody wants to get away with you. Come on. What is it? Come on. All right. Ooh, pride. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're letting go of all the negativity, whatever was holding you back. Don't let pride get in the way. Speak up. You know what I mean? Voice what you want, because you're probably gonna get it. Just because your energy is so healing, and it opens a lot for a lot of people, you're gonna get what you want. Okay, so don't have issue with that. You know, just open up and let it go. You're a Leo. You might be a Leo. Okay, yeah, you got it. All right. We're gonna go on to pile number 2. Awesome. That was amazing. So we are now into 11 minutes and 50 seconds. Okay, let's go ahead and just get rid of that one. Oops. We'll come back to that. All right, so here we go. Pile 2. Make today your bitch. Make today your bitch. You like to curse. You like to curse a little bit. You might say some things, some people. Okay. Patience. Okay. That is the divine patience. Okay. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Yeah, you are divine. You're very divine. This might be my pile. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Divine order. Amen. You're tapped into that. You understand the laws of the universe and the spirit, okay? Change. I accept that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Yo! No, but for real, this is speaking to me, for real, okay? You might need to change. You might need to move, okay? And maybe there's a reason why you don't want to move, but you might need to move, okay? Ooh, the Queen of Swords. For me, the Queen of Swords, this is someone who has so many boundaries and is very she's very transforming. She will transform things for you, okay? Because she knows what to cut out and let go of and stuff like that. And there we go. 3 of Pentacles, okay? This is like 3 people working together on this church. So you might, and there's also the divine here. Listen, you might be like a missionary or something like that, or you have like a divine message to share, okay? And like you have people that you work with, okay? There is like an energy of like you are spiritual, maybe religious, you know? And that's why you have this energy of like a person who knows how to cut things out. You know, you are royalty, okay? You are, I feel like you get a lot of messages, okay? Make today your bitch. Like, it's like, you know, it makes me think about like, we cut things out when we know it's not working, there, you know, we have the boundaries, but we also go and find the thing that is a problem. We're gonna go and figure it out. Like if we're having a message or we're getting a thing again and again, it's like we're gonna go and seek it out and figure it out. That's what the Make Today My Bitch. It's like I'm gonna wrestle it, you know what I mean, and get it in submission. All of a sudden I looked at the candle and it's like going down. Interesting. Okay. So there might be a message about that, you know, like you're probably very intellectual, okay, and you spend a lot of time thinking about a lot of different things, okay, and I think you've been thinking about this movement or this order, the things that are going to come through for a long time, and you have, but it's like this, the message is like, just do it, you know, like just do what you know what you want to do, okay? So go ahead and get your team, okay? Put things in order and say, okay, yeah, this is my team. This is what I'm going to work on. This is what I'm going to create, okay? Because you got it. You're the one. You have the skills to do everything that you want us to do. And also, like, yeah, like, you're a growing person. I mean, if you're going to have boundaries, you're growing, okay? Because you're willing to let go of what isn't working, okay? And that is very powerful. To have that skill. A lot of people don't have that skill. A lot of people don't even know. They don't even have insight to what should change, okay? But you do. You're powerful. You're absolutely powerful and beautiful. And I love this for you, okay? You're religious. You are religious, or maybe just very spiritual. I'm noticing that this person is up high. So like you're a little bit above the people who are maybe, yeah, you might be like a pastor or a spiritualist or someone who, you know what I'm saying, who someone gives the word, you know, and you get the word and then you give the word to other people, okay? Yes. And you're willing to deal with the energies that are around you. You're not going to force things, okay? It's very beautiful. I like this energy. This energy is because you know what this is? You might be a teacher. You're a teacher. You're absolutely a teacher, because in order to, you help people and you help them have structure, okay? You give people structure. This is the structure of this, you know, church or whatever, right? And it may not be a church, you know, maybe some other capacity, but it's kind of giving like, I hold the vision. I hold the structure of this thing, okay? And I can do that. I know what's supposed to happen here, and I really love that. It's really beautiful, and yeah. So that energy, it makes me feel like, yeah, I'm safe. I'm safe. When someone has good boundaries and they know how to cut things out quickly, and they're not like, oh, you know, like it's like, no, I feel safe here. I can actually function here, because I know someone's looking out for me. This is really great. This is who you are. You're a leader. You're absolutely a leader, okay? Because you're divine. You understand growth. You understand that like life is about progress, okay? And sometimes progress is very slow, okay? And that's okay, right? Yeah, so because if you're building something, it takes time. It takes a really long time, okay? And yeah, you know how to handle the day. You are not going to be bamboozled by anybody, okay? Just noticing these petals in this change card. Really lovely. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you value understanding money, right? And you're working on that. You're good at that. You use your mind to make money. Powerful. That's beautiful. All right, come on. What's the message here? All right, let's do it. Yo, didn't I just say the cards are always on time, okay? Like, whatever you're working on, the people are going to show up for you. They trust you. They trust you, okay? And yeah, yes, it's building. The energy is building. Wow, you're so powerful. I really appreciate you, and I trust your vision. Oh, look at the butterfly. And like lavender. It's like just, again, it's very calming and safe. It feels like a um, very safe. It's very, very safe, okay? And just because, it's safe, it's like sometimes things need to be cut out because it's not okay. And I love that, that's so healthy. Oh, I love this. I could be in this energy for a really long time. So kudos to you. Okay. Pat yourself in the back, and anything that you want, I'm praying for that for you because I feel like you've earned it. Okay. You've earned it. All right. So let's go ahead and move on. Thank you, pile 2. You're the best. All righty. All right. Let's get into it. So this is pile 3, 20 minutes or 21 minutes, okay, on the dot. All right, let's get into it. All right, pile 3. Meet up with a friend and have a good bitch. Okay. A lot of bitches up in here, okay? Somebody might be okay with the word bitch. They like that bit. They like that word. They like to say those kinds of things. It makes them feel powerful. I don't know. Okay. Friendship. Again. Okay. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Very beautiful. I love that. That's very sweet. Lot about friendship here. Okay. They're in your life for a reason. Indecision. Okay. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. Indecision. Yeah. You might be trying to figure out what to do. What's going to happen next. Indecision. Okay. And let's see. Okay. But you have an idea. You have something that you want to move towards, it seems like. This is powerful. It might be a romance. So it might be a friend becoming a lover. Okay. All right. Ace of Wands there. And the last one here. Again. Okay. We're moving towards something. Okay. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do. What's the decision? Again, the message is so clear. Like, I'm trying to decide. Okay. You are a good friend. I feel like you are, that's who you are. Like if you are archetype, so the archetypes might be a good thing to think about and talk about and research a little bit. You're the friend. You're the friend in the sense of like the supportive one. You support people, okay? And you're gonna gas people up, okay? Like but for real, you're really a good friend. Like, some people, you have them as a friend and it's like, oh, whatever. And they're not really show up. They don't really love you. You know what I'm saying? But they're just like someone you deal with kind of thing because they're not really your friend. They're just someone who's also there. But no, you're a real friend. Like, you're like, oh no, I want to like hit you up. I want to spend time with you. I want to be, if you need someone to call, you know what I'm saying? I want to be there for you. And you're like, no, I feels like you're a person who you hold that role of a friend, truly a friend. That's who you are. And I love that. Okay. And there might be someone that you're going towards, okay, and maybe it's not that it's romantic, but maybe it's like, I just want to be really friendly, because listen, we all know friends, good friends make some of the best lovers, okay? We got to be friends. I mean, that's what we talk about, as a couples counselor, it's like, you got to have the friendship foundation. You have to have a good friendship, because when things waver, especially if you're gonna have a long distance, for whatever reason that came to my mind, long distance relationship, you have to have a friendship. Okay, you have to be connected. Yeah, and it's like, oh, that's what I was gonna say. It's like, especially if you've been in a long-term relationship, okay, in a romantic sense, okay, when the romance wavers or whatever, you have to fall back on your friendship, okay? We have fun together. We can talk. We can do the same things. We can go to concerts. We can, you know what I'm saying? Things that we enjoy, the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so yes, I have this relationship, and but I'm a friend. For whatever reason, I'm like, my focus is a little bit off right now, all of a sudden. So there might be an issue around like your indecision, and that's why you're having an issue with focus, or you're having a lot of thoughts in your head. You're thinking about, oh my goodness, like I think you're trying to figure out maybe something with your friend, or yeah, this big old wand. Okay, there might be some menstrual energy here, okay? I don't know. Maybe you're trying to go see somebody, okay? And maybe you're trying to you're the kind of person who, like, maybe you want to make things a little bit more official, and you want to have sex. Oh, I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that. But like, you want to open up maybe physically with a friend, and you might be the friend. Ooh, all of a sudden that came into my mind. Okay, you might be the friend who is like the let's explore friend. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, we're just friends, but like, let's just kick it. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, okay, let's make out and let's touch each other. And yeah, this is our thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. Listen, but you always call it, oh, we're friends. Like, we're really friendly, you know? And maybe that's a little bit covert for other people who might be trying to be up in your business and know what's going on with you and stuff like that. Because if you say, oh yeah, then we're just all friends, it's like, what does that even mean? Nobody, you know what I'm saying? And so maybe that's a little bit of it. You know, it's like, yeah, like, I'm your friend. I'm definitely your friend. I'll always be your friend, you know? You're funny. I think you're a little bit, like, spicy, and, like, you know, you're a little coy. You know, you like people to be a little bit coy and not too upfront about, you know, they're not, you know, there's an energy of, like, yeah, these are all my friends. Like, you'll never know who's my lover and who's not my lover. You know what I mean? Like, or who was my friend, my lover. You know what I'm saying? I'll never really expose that, because everyone's just my friend. I'm very friendly. You might be a flirt in some ways, okay? But also, you know, there's the energy of like this, you know, sexual energy and whatever, decisions and stuff like that. But also, like, you're really just a friend, right? It feels like you can actually show up for people. It's not like, you don't always have this like agenda to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if someone's just a friend, they're just a friend, right? But if there's someone's like trying to, you know, push in and they're kind of interested, it's like, you're like, okay, yeah. I feel like you're very like open, like, you know, you're willing to kind of do whatever, you know, you're an open person. So, and I love that. I think people love you for that. Okay. Yeah. And I feel like you don't take things too seriously, and that's really important. Okay. That's coming through, and you might be a fire sign. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Okay. Let's see. What else? Okay. Gas you up. We gassing you up. What else is gassing you up? Yeah. Okay. Wow, that one popped out. What? This is the spirit. Like, yeah. I think somebody does want you. I think people like you and want you a lot. I think people are very attracted to you. I think this is like who you are. You're a very flirtatious, open person. If somebody wants to get it, you willing to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of because it feels like you're like, yeah, like, you know, and you might be a queer person. You might be open to, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're just a bit maybe pansexual or whatever. It's like, listen, And there might be someone in your energy, a friend, who, you know, they're waiting for you to make the move. They're waiting for you to do it and come towards them. They are waiting. That's why I think my mind, I was like, oh, I think they all they think about is like, oh, I know you want it and I want it, and can we just make it happen? But they're not gonna come in, you know. But it looks like you are a bold person. You can be bold, okay? You're willing to come at them as long as it's safe and open. You're like, oh yeah, we can do it all the time. And I love that about you, okay? And I think, yeah, I feel like you heal people with your sexual energy. You might be a healer in a sexual way. And we love that and we need that, you know? So that's beautiful. Awesome! This is awesome. Pile 3. Some of that loving, girl. Yes, all right. Thanks for being here. I love you so much. Go ahead and subscribe and like, and go ahead and let me know that this resonated for you. And I'll talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.